When you're living as one of Hollywood's most popular actors, you may think that the millions you've accumulated over the decades will last forever. Well, that's usually not the case. And the high life and various outrageous activities can drain resources over time. This is precisely what happened to Johnny Depp, who in 2016 learned that his $650 million was gone. But where to? Johnny is an actor, producer, and musician, perhaps best known to the public for his iconic role as Captain Jack Sparrow in the film series Pirates of the Caribbean. During his nearly 4 decades-long career, he's received various accolades, such as a Golden Globe Award, Screen Actors Guild Award, 2 BAFTA Awards, and nominations for 3 Academy Awards. He was born on the 9th of June 1963 in Owensboro, Kentucky, USA, to Betty Sue Palmer, a waitress, and civil engineer John Christopher Depp. Johnny was raised alongside 3 older siblings during a childhood in which his family often moved, eventually settling in Miramar, Florida in 1970. He aspired to become a musician from a young age, and after his mother gifted him a guitar, he began exploring that career path even more, playing in various bands and in pubs. In 1979, at 16, he dropped out of Miramar High School with the intentions of becoming a rock star. However, he instead became one of the most popular actors in Hollywood. With the help of Nicolas Cage in 1984, Johnny made his debut in Wes Craven's A Nightmare on Elm Street, portraying the main character's boyfriend, Glenn Lance. Then in 1990, he began one of his most famous collaborations with the esteemed producer and director Tim Burton, being cast as the titular character in the fantasy romantic movie Edward Scissorhands, alongside Winona Ryder. The film was a huge commercial and critical success, setting Johnny on his arrow-straight path to stardom, with his performance earning him his first Golden Globe Award. His next significant role came in 1993 when he played the title character in the coming-of-age drama What's Eating Gilbert Grape, alongside Leonardo DiCaprio, and during the rest of the decade he appeared in several more successful movies, including Ed Wood, 1994, Don Juan DeMarco, 1995, and The Ninth Gate, 1999. In 2003, he scooped his most famous role as Captain Jack Sparrow in the first installment of the Disney franchise Pirates of the Caribbean, receiving nominations for an Academy Award and a Golden Globe Award. He would go on to star in 5 installments. Now a household name, Johnny continued his streak of success in the new millennium, starring in several popular and critically acclaimed Tim Burton movies, such as Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, 2005, and Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, 2007. After nearly 2 decades of undeniable hit movies, by 2012 Johnny was considered one of the greatest stars of Hollywood, becoming the highest-paid actor, allegedly $75 million per role. However, during that same year, he played the main role in Tim Burton's Dark Shadows, which was a commercial and critical flop, bringing Johnny's acting appeal into question. Seemingly falling off the Hollywood bandwagon, Johnny starred in several more unsuccessful movies, such as Transcendence, 2014, Mordecai, 2015, and Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass, 2016. In contrast, he also had some moderately successful roles in Black Mass, 2015, and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. However, in 2016, his then-wife Amber Heard accused him of domestic violence and sought a temporary restraining order, soon followed by the paparazzi. Johnny's image and reputation became tarnished with these accusations, damaging his career and credibility. Subsequently, he began losing roles, becoming virtually unemployable, and in particular, Disney cut off ties with the problematic actor. In 2016, he announced that his $650 million fortune had simply vanished and sued the media group TMG for $25 million, alleging that they'd committed fraud, negligent misrepresentations, wrongful closure, and a breach of fiduciary duty. Furthermore, he claimed that the company's mismanagement of his assets caused him to lose millions, forcing him to sell millions of dollars worth of possessions to make up for their dishonesty. Johnny also filed a lawsuit against his talent lawyer Jake Bloom for malpractice, disclosing that Jake was part of a ruse with TMG and worked against his interests for financial gain. TMG denied all of these allegations and launched a countersuit against the actor, accusing him of living an extravagant life that he, perhaps surprisingly, couldn't afford. The lawsuit was settled in 2018, although most details, including information on the settlement, remained unavailable to the public. Regardless, the case brought many of Johnny's personal and family issues to the surface, informing people of his reckless spending habits, allegedly including massive amounts of alcohol and drugs. Johnny, known as a very generous man, bought his mother a farm after securing one of his first major roles. He later disclosed that soon afterwards, one of his sisters, her husband, and their child moved in with his mother at the farm, so naturally, he tasked the family with managing the farm. However, this would later turn out to be a massive mistake for Johnny. His Kentucky family living on the farm assumed the high life at the cost of Johnny's money, which they claimed went to Johnny's mother. By the time TMG alerted Johnny of his family's extravagant spending, it had been going on for years. After asking for proof, TMG provided him with a 200-page document. Johnny said, "My sister was buying handbags for my mom, who was bedridden, jewelry, effing this, that, everything." When his mother was diagnosed with cancer in 2013, he began renting a house in Los Angeles for her to use, costing $30,000 per month. However, Johnny claimed that after his mother's health improved, he told the company to cancel the lease, which they didn't do, resulting in a significant accumulation of rent money. TMG again denied these accusations, saying that they renegotiated the lease as instructed. Interestingly, his sister's family has been living at the farm since Betty Sue died. Johnny disclosed, "Their thinking is that I'm going to take care of them forever and that the farm is now theirs. I didn't make that promise." After falling in love with the actress Amber Heard, whom he met on the set of The Rum Diary, Johnny broke off his long-term relationship with Vanessa Paradis. Johnny and Amber began dating in 2012 and eventually tied the knot in 2015 in a very lavish $1 million wedding in the Bahamas. However, the bliss didn't last long, and in the following year, Amber filed for divorce, receiving $7 million apparently in settlement, but pledging it to charity. She also demanded $50,000 a month for spousal support to accommodate her lifestyle. Although $7 million doesn't seem like a considerable sum for a multimillionaire such as Johnny, it's alleged that during the marriage he supported her and her friends, paying various expenses and for gifts, and even providing living space for them. At the time, Amber wasn't a prominent actress and her income was low, so it's assumed that Johnny covered all living expenses and later a hefty bill of illegal fees. Since launching his career, Johnny himself has apparently developed various ill habits, including compulsive spending, which contributed to his financial losses. As an avid musician and art lover, he spent thousands of dollars on unique and rare guitars and allegedly bought over 200 pieces of art, including by Warhol. Johnny also treated himself to various expensive cars and other vehicles and bought an $18 million yacht, and maintaining it supposedly costs over $350,000 a month. Besides his material indulgence, he showed his generosity toward his family, friends, and employees, often giving precious items, including a $400,000 diamond cuff for Amber and a $7,000 couch from Keeping Up with the Kardashians for his daughter Lily Rose. One of his weirdest purchases was a specially made cannon, costing $3 million, to scatter the ashes of the author Hunter S. Thompson over Aspen, Colorado. Johnny has struggled with alcoholism and drug addiction for most of his life, and has always been open and candid about it. However, over the years, he's also developed a taste for costly wines, which he allegedly drank from dusk till dawn. According to reports TMG delivered to the court, Johnny spent over $30,000 per month on wine, once disclosing, "I investigated wine and spirits thoroughly, and they certainly investigated me as well, and we found out that we got along beautifully, but maybe too well." Johnny later even said that he spent more than TMG reported, and that wine is not an investment if you drink it as soon as you get it. His drug abuse was well known. Johnny has indulged in an array of illegal substances, including cocaine, mushrooms, and MDMA. During his defamation trial in 2022, his ex-wife Amber claimed that he often used drugs and was high most of the time, disclosing in her testimony that he had a jar of cocaine. In a 2018 Rolling Stone interview, the reporter claimed that the actor had used hashish in his presence and that there was a huge rolled joint in an ashtray. However, that wasn't the only issue Johnny had. After years of constant consumption, he became tough to work with and would have frequent mood swings. According to various reports, he often arrived late on the set, even showing up under the influence, which didn't portray him in a good light, regardless of his stellar career. A source revealed that it was sometimes tough to even get a hold of him. It became harder to get the right time to get him. Previously, it was just the question of whether he was free, but now it became a matter of finding a time when he was free, clear of mind, and in the right mood. If Johnny spent on drugs, which aren't cheap, the same way he spent on art and wine, no wonder he went through it quickly. According to the court documents from Johnny's legal battle with TMG, his tax lawyer Miriam Fisher disclosed that Johnny often failed to pay taxes. As she dealt with the issues, she learned from the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, that Johnny's accounts reflected a history of untimely compliance with his federal tax payment obligations. From 2000 to 2014, Johnny managed to rack up nearly $6 million in penalties and interest for late payments. An additional review of his tax situation for 2015 showed that he owed the IRS another $300,000 in interest. Keep in mind that these debts only included interest and late penalties tacked onto his taxes, not what he actually owed, which was probably a jaw-dropping sum. Johnny said to the Rolling Stone, "I just had no clue. If you're knowingly not paying the US government taxes, somebody is gonna effing catch up with you and hand you a bill." Besides his family living off his back, it seemed that Johnny had issues managing his staff, as he hired over 40 full-time staff members. He also paid a monthly tab of $150,000 for his family's security detail and $200,000 a month for a private jet. His extravagance didn't stop there. Johnny allegedly paid a $1 million retainer to have a doctor on call for emergencies. TMG made numerous other claims against the actor, including that he refused to memorize his lines, so he hired a full-time engineer to feed him his dialogue, which cost thousands of dollars. In his interview, Johnny admitted to hiring the engineer, but claimed that it had nothing to do with him not wanting to learn the script. His compulsive spending also extended to real estate. In addition to the farm he bought for his mother, he acquired 13 other properties, including 5 houses in the Hollywood Hills, which reportedly cost over $19 million. If you caught up with his recent defamation trial, you must have heard of his 5 penthouses in Los Angeles where he lived with Amber. The actor sold 2 penthouses, and the remaining 3 are reportedly valued at over $6 million. Also, Johnny is one of the rare individuals who owns a private island that he has dubbed F-Off Island, valued at over $5 million. On top of all these lavish residences, Johnny owns an enormous estate in France. It's unclear how much he paid for it, but it's known that he spent over $10 million on restoration. In total, real estate has cost him well over $75 million. Numerous lawsuits he's been hit with over the years have been another massive drain on his finances. Through his breakup from Vanessa Paradis, his divorce from Amber, and his lawsuit against TMG, it's estimated that the actor has paid millions in legal fees. In addition, TMG disclosed that Johnny employed an army of lawyers who would quietly settle his lawsuits and so keep him out of public trouble. In 2018, 2 of his employees sued Johnny for unpaid labor, claiming that the actor put them in unsafe situations, such as transporting illegal substances. During the same year, the UK media outlet The Sun called the actor a wife-beater in one of their articles, prompting Johnny to sue the outlet for defamation. Furthermore, the same media outlet criticized J.K. Rowling for casting an abuser in her popular franchise The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. A month later, Johnny was sued by the location manager of City of Lies, who accused the actor of hitting him on the set while intoxicated. Depp refused to make any statement, but the movie's director commented on the situation, saying, "Depp always treats the crew and people around him with the utmost respect. We all love stories. There isn't one here." Being one of the most popular and wealthiest actors can be a burden when you have irrational spending habits and an army of greedy family members and employees, as well as a drug and alcohol addiction. The insane story of Johnny's lost millions shows that continuous recklessness can sweep away even the seemingly unexpendable fortunes. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.